to try to get everybody some airtime. But stop with these fatal 4-ways, these fatal 5-ways, these multi-women matches. Like it's and I hate to see the fact that Asuka comes back into this.
Yeah, she's going to definitely be thrown into it.
I don't want to see all these women at one time.
Yeah.
You know, I maybe put them as fillers or do something else with them. Or maybe possibly the tag team women. Or do something other than just always throwing all of them together.
See how the tag team women's champion sounds good?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better now. Because all this fatal 4-way and 5-way crap, I'm sick of it.
But you know what, man? What I grasped from this as I was trying to recap, write down this stuff, they're really doing too much. Like, the promos and the talking part is really overtaking the actual match time. Mm-hmm. So really you don't have a space for too many matches. Like you see that we rarely get a cruiserweight match now. Like when they first started, you would get 2 cruiserweight matches Monday, Tuesday, and then their own show.
That's true.
And so now, like I said, we didn't even have we had one match. We had one cruiserweight match. And that was a short match. That was a squash match. Mm-hmm. And so for the women, you only got one slot for them. So, of course, they have to use pretty much all of them at one time. And I think saying all that is just they need to start getting rid of some of this talking. Maybe have a pre-show to get all their promos and talking out the way. So when it's time, they can say 1 or 2 words and just go at it. Just fight. Because that'll definitely open way more space to just put matches.
That's
and just
true.
have more fighting.
And sometimes the WWE, they will be like, oh, manager GM Kurt Angle just made this match official, so and so versus so and so, with no build, no talking. Right. It's just this match was said. These two are fighting tonight, and maybe they need to do that with these women. Like I said, this multi-women match. I don't think. How does Bayley? I understand. I know Bayley was set to get her championship match, and Sasha Banks had to qualify to see who was going to take over Bayley's spot against Bliss. But it was just how do you just throw Bayley back into that?
And you know what that being said, because they got the qualification because Bayley was injured. Mm-hmm. So since she's back, technically, wouldn't that just put them back out?
Well, I mean, I guess you didn't already build around this match, so you still got to keep those women in it. But it's
that just shows
you just shove Bayley back in. Maybe let the fatal 4-way go, and then Bayley faces the winner.
Yeah, there's
something 5 women.
Yeah.
Or
I
was thinking here.
You got an idea?
The creative juices are flowing. Possibly this could be the breakup of Sasha and Bayley's friendship. Maybe Sasha pins Bayley to win the title again, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Bayley pins Sasha to win the
right.
championship, and this starts to build some type of rivalry between those two as friends, and maybe their friendship will start to take a hit because of it.
You know what? And I guess I'm gonna try and say more of this when we actually do the prediction.
Yeah.
But
me too. I need to.
No, you good. You good. I don't want to go into the whole storyline, but I agree. But I feel like it'll be better for Bayley to pin Sasha, because Sasha is the one that is more believable that to turn heel than Bayley. Because if Bayley turns heel, they're going to have to rearrange everything about her character.
For sure has to change.
Yeah, her music, her outfit.
She needs to have dark, kind of like the Usos did.
Exactly.
She needs to go to a dark person, maybe dark gothic.
But I don't see that.
Remember how Paige used to be?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that.
So, but
I think it'll be Sasha turning on Bayley.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Bayley will start to find that aggression where this is my best friend, but then realizing she turned on me. Okay, I got to sit this to the side, and we actually got a battle.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I hope happens, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll get more into this and how we feel about how this fatal 5-way is going to go now. This has been the year of the 6-pack challenges, the fatal 5-way, the fatal 4-ways, the triple threat match, the battle royals. It's just
everything.
Too many people at one time. That just goes to show you that WWE just does not know what to do with the talent that they have.
Yeah, they don't. And speaking of that, that leads us into the Sheamus and Cesaro.
Another multi-tag.
Versus, it was intentionally versus Gallows and Anderson, but then Rollins and Ambrose get thrown into the mix because Sheamus and Cesaro has a promo, throw their little, their disrespect for how they're going to win, and then Seth and Dean come out, and then Holla holla players. We got a triple threat tag match.
Another didn't last week we saw an 8-man tag match or whatever it was, and now this week we get 3 more teams. Just minus the Hardys, the same match, but minus the Hardys.
Right.
It's like, what are we doing?
We're
like,
not doing anything.
All this, bad mood, man.
Bad mood, definitely. This is agreed upon.
Because, like, at this point, what are you doing with Gallows and Anderson? What is their part in this? Are they just to help get this over?
Yeah.
Or what? Because it's like, are they going to be considered for the next title shot?
I was about to say, don't speak too much because they'll make this Sunday a triple threat tag for the championship.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Oh, this just the manager. Raw GM Kurt Angle makes a. So the thing with me that stood out to me in this match was I don't know. I'm always a person about attire,
right?
And wrestling gear. Like Seth Rollins usually makes me like. I like his ring gear.
Yeah.
But the gold knee pads and the black tie, no, I didn't like the gold knee pads. And then like earlier that night when Bo Dallas had on that gold jacket, no.
Yeah.
Like, no. But maybe I'm just nitpicky, but I didn't like the gold knee pads.
That's
for
funny.
Seth Rollins.
That is hilarious. But one thing I noticed out of this match, and I ask if you did you notice that Sheamus and Cesaro hit a 3D on Seth Rollins?
I didn't catch that.
When because it was they botched it because I wrote it down afterwards. Like they tried to pin and they forgot who actually they tagged in because Sheamus was supposed to be tagged in, but Cesaro was the one that did the pin, and Sheamus was sitting there like, I'm supposed to do it. He just put his hands on him at the end, knowing that 2 people can't pin somebody. So I just I had to rewind it and see, and I was like, was that a 3D? So, but yeah, I mean, but besides that, man, I felt like it was good because it was long.
It was a very long match, and I will
right.
be honest with you. When I was going, I didn't get to watch Raw at live as it was on. I watched it Tuesday, but I fell asleep on a part of this match, and I woke back up and caught the end of it. That's just how long the match seemed like it went on. It was just like, why are we fighting so long? Like, could we not added more time for another match on the show or whatever? But it really wasn't a lot of good matches on the show tonight. But
no.
A lot of talking there. They talked for about 10 minutes before the match even started.
Exactly.
So you had Sheamus and Cesaro cut their promo. Then Seth and Dean came out talking, and then Gallows and Anderson came out. Nerds.
I was just about to say nerds.
I like them. I want them to get pushed harder than what they're doing right now.
To me, they're the only genuine tag right now.
They are, and they're believable.
Yeah.
Like Seth and Dean, we just know they're together for however long before that Ambrose heel turn.
No, until they become the Shield again.
And you notice they keep hitting at it, Sheamus and Cesaro. Oh, they're going to turn on each other. They hate each other's guts. It's going to... When all the things are going well, it's all good.
And you know what? It's funny you say that because when I was watching this match and when they were saying it, I was thinking of what you've been saying, like Dean turning. And in my mind, I was anticipating it just a little bit. And I was like, I know it's too early.
You're going to start seeing them.
I hope not, man. I still want the Shield, man, so I don't want this. I want my Shield
back. Is going to come back, but it's going to take something massive for them to come back. And like I was saying a couple weeks ago, it could be, I would love to see the club against the Shield.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to take some kind of big, they got to go up against another faction to bring them back in.
Right.
I think it might start off as like a one-on-one thing, and then I'm going to call on my bros to help me with this, and then that's when it's going to bring it full circle.
Which, you know what, you saying that about the club, I would like to see Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns.
I would too. I think that's a possible WrestleMania caliber for a title.
Yeah.
Because eventually, I think you got to throw Finn Balor back in the title
picture.
Got to. And I was, I'll hit back on that a little later, but there was a thing that rumors are out there because Triple H is NXT all the way through. He takes pride in developing these guys and sending them up. They're saying he's not very happy with the way Finn Balor's being used on Monday Night Raw right now. He's not happy with it. And it kind of reminded me of last year, too, how he inserted himself to put Kevin Owens over.
Yeah.
Because this is my guy. I developed him in NXT, and we're not going to give this guy a chance. Like, we've gave Seth Rollins countless opportunities to be the champion. Put somebody else over.
Yeah.
So, we'll get back into that a little later, but he's not pleased with the way Finn Balor is being used. So kind of finish out the Rollins and Ambrose and the Gallows and Anderson and Shimaro, as you like to say. Basically, this match came down to a hot tag to Ambrose, who did a suplex from the top rope on Anderson. Rollins and Ambrose pretty much threw everyone out of the ring. Then they both kind of did like a suicide dive outside the ring, which was pretty cool. But the key part of this match, the thing about Sheamus, he don't care how he wins.
Oh, no. He
long as he get that win, he don't care. Because he did a little sneak tag on Ambrose, and Ambrose turned around like, what?
It made it look like it was Cesaro.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, that was funny.
Yeah, and then, Ambrose hits the Dirty D's on Anderson, and then Sheamus just comes in and is like,
throws him out,
pins him. Just to get that win. Sheamus will win by any means necessary.
Sheamus is ruthless. I love it. I love it about him.
Yeah, I laughed definitely when I saw that. I was like, boy, Sheamus a little squirrel. He don't care, man. As long as I get my win, I don't care. So we do know at No Mercy is going to be Sheamus and Cesaro versus Rollins and Ambrose for the tag team championships. Again, Gallison and Andros have been. Did I say Gallison and Andros?
You did.
I mixed that. Gallows and Anderson.
That could be their tag name. Gallison. I like that.
Gallison and Andos. So, Gallus. I keep saying it.
You got it now. It's already stuck.
Gallows and Anderson have been following this too close. So I'm pretty sure whoever comes out of this at No Mercy, they're probably going to be the next guys up to try to get a shot at the title.
I actually wouldn't be surprised to see them come out and just beat up whoever wins, regardless.
True. I can see that happening. But that's how that tag match was. It's another multi-person match again, but
right.
I guess that's the way to try to use all the talents, just merge everybody together at one time.
Right. And what's funny to me, like when we say a multi-person match, this is a tag title situation. So it's supposed to be already multi-person. But then we still add everybody into it to make fill as many people as possible. And because the only reason they didn't use Jeff and Matt Hardy is because they already put them in a match.
Yeah, they put them in. To me, they just been throwing the Hardys everywhere the last couple of weeks. It's like, okay, we'll throw you in the 8-man tag. Oh, this week we'll put Jeff back in the Intercontinental title picture. I'm like, this time we'll throw in Matt Hardy too. It's like one week is IC Championship, and 1 week they're in the tag team fold. What are we doing with the Hardys?
But I think what this is they're just. The Hardys are okay because they're waiting to put in the whole broken gimmick.
Yeah, they are.
So it's like, we can do them because we don't want to break up Gallows and Anderson, putting them both in the IC match. All these three are supposed to be our tag people. So really, Matt and Jeff are the only ones that are pretty, negotiable with doing anything because really they're just waiting for them to be able to break out. So
I agree, man, but it's just like they just been all over.
Yeah,
the place
it's horrible. It's horrible.
Like
booking.
how they're doing it. The booking has been terrible. Later that night on Raw, we learned that Goldust, known as Dustin Rhodes, pleaded with Kurt Angle to give him a rematch versus Bray Wyatt, but this time not as Goldust, as Dustin Rhodes. Kurt pretty much grants the match, and then Dustin Rhodes went on to say, tonight Bray Wyatt will never forget the name Dustin Rhodes. And then after that segment, do you have anything on that before we get into?
I'll wait.
You'll wait till a little bit later to talk about it. Yeah. I understand what they're doing with the man versus.
Exactly. I get the concept. It's just I just didn't like it. Now I will say this: I was happy to see Dustin Rhodes. Like I was happy to see him and not Goldust. I thought that was cool. You never really get to see Dustin Rhodes, be himself. So I like that part. But the fact that how they used him as the part of this gimmick build because of Finn Balor's split egos, it just put me in a bad mood.
I won't won't say bad move for me. I understand because Dustin Rhodes is like he is Goldust.
Right.
Most of the time when you think of him in wrestling, you're gonna think of him as Goldust before just his regular Dustin.